right here, that water came through right here and over here. But I'm starting to wonder, and it kind of makes sense. I did pull up aerial footage of on the 21st when they were up here. There was vehicles literally parked everywhere up here. And they were parked in the areas where we kind of think is a crime scene. Surely they would not park on top of a crime scene. So then that got me rethinking that maybe this was, they roped this area. Let's go out here. They roped this area, you know, put the tent, crooked tent up, and the crime scene tape went from this silver tree right here, and this palm, over to this tree. And straight up here, this is where the tent would have been sitting. Then it went across to, or it went from the silver tree to that little tree right there, up to the tent, and then from the tent to that tree, and then like over to there. It could be that this is where he was found. He simply could have came in here, the water levels were up, he had nowhere to go, and he, you know, starting to panic a little bit, and it could have been that, you know, and what they did is they roped that area off, because that would have kept the vehicles and all those people, you know, from driving their cars and stuff directly in where the remains were. However, like I said, we have, in the past 4 weeks, everybody's been in there, and there's just nothing. So I don't know, but maybe they cleaned that up before they left enough so you wouldn't know. So it very well could be. Now, that aerial footage, though, I've done a lot of zooming in and slow-mo and frame by frame. I just absolutely, and you can, there's pretty good footage of that specific area. I don't see anything in that crime tape. So that is another plausible theory, though, that he, right out here is where it happened, possibly right here in this spot, this area, because that would have been roped. But it could have been just this simple, you know, he walks up here, and this is pretty much the last thing, you know, that he would have seen, you know. And I don't know if he came from that direction, you know, walked up the livelong return trail, and then was heading down the livelong service trail. But it could be that this is it right here, somewhere, you know, like right in here somewhere where that tape was. And it was just that simple, you know. And it sounds like from their reporting that, you know, an entire skeleton was found along with all the clothing. And now what makes sense about that, let's just say that did happen, and let's say the remains were out here, you know, in this field. You can see there's definite water activity. Could it be that these circles are marking out where possibly the backpack, the notebook, and what other items they may have been found? So it does make sense, because things would have floated down through here. We're walking down this drainage canal right now. It makes complete sense. I feel like this is the area, from what I remember that first day we were here. This is where the tent was set up. Because I remember we saw little bits of like blue, you know, from your latex gloves and stuff. Just tiny little, it's not like they were littering. It was just tiny little pieces. Like when they would tear from taking them off. So I'm thinking that tent was in here somewhere. Like right in here. Because here's this open spot, which when the helicopter would fly over, you would see them in right here, in here working. It could be that maybe the remains were actually found right here, and that's why they set the tent up right here. It could be right here. See this low area? That would totally make sense. Kind of get caught up on these roots and stuff. And then that's where that stuff was, and then the rest of the stuff is down here where, like I said, there's orange circles. And I'm going to walk down. In fact, I'm just going to shut the camera off now because this part is getting long. One thing I do want to bring up quick. I know a couple of people were asking, like, my videos seem scattered. What I've actually done, if you go in my thing and look, I've set them up in a playlist. Those playlists will automatically play them in the right order. So rather than, you know, if you go in, I'm not sure, if you just go to my, I guess my channel, and I think if you click on playlists, they should come up. But I do put each days that I come up here on a playlist. So that way you can start with the first one, and then it just automatically pops through. So it doesn't matter how many times I turn my camera on and off, it'll just jump to the next thing.